Hello everybody, welcome to a World of Warships Blitz battle, and today's game is the Tier 8 Japanese Tech Tree Destroyer Gunboat line, the Akizuki, which is an incredibly fun ship. Now I haven't played it as much because the Akizuki suffers from being rather slow, rather large, not particularly stealthy, and with terrible torpedo angles and only one launcher. What it does have is fantastic guns. I've been playing around, and it's nice to every now and again pop out in something that's quite a lot of fun. So what we're trying to do here is get ourselves in the cap circle. It isn't the fastest boat, so apply the speed boost, get ourselves as close as possible, and let the rest of the team catch up so we can secure the cap. And well, actually I don't really do flanking maneuvers. Maybe I should give it a try, but not today. In fact, that is one thing that is worth pointing out, that one I do see on some of these single cap in the centre maps, that some of the torpedo boats, particularly Japanese long-range torpedo boats, will do quite a wide flanking manoeuvre. And I think that's because that they enjoy farming the points down off the team at the far end. But it can be a bit challenging if the cap goes to the enemy, because if the cap goes to the enemy, well, good luck getting the back, especially if you've got someone around the back pushing them into the cap. But in today's example, we have the cap first. There goes the North Carolina. Open up the range and basically just give it all I've got. And this ship is quite fortunate in that it has smoke, yeah, if I'm going to be targeted by a cruiser, you know, having a smoke is actually a really good way of well, getting some damage done. There's quite a lot of enemy out there, so I am using the smoke to my advantage, which has saved me from a lot of damage. Although I must say, smoke these days seems to be a little bit less reliable about saving you from damage, and I'm quite often finding that I'm seeing enemy ships as they are stuck in smoke. Here is the next target, which is the Nagato, the Tier 7 Japanese battleship. We thrash away at this with our guns, making sure that we get on the deck as much as possible, get some fires started, because, well, fires can burn our points. And they also bring the enemy down. Here we go. We're going to put our, see, we have a reload. We've used our reload, and we knock out the Benson, which is just as well, because that Benson would have been quite a challenge at close range. So the Benson has much bigger guns than the tiny little guns. Although they fire every 3 seconds on the Akizuki, the Benson's guns fire every 3.6, and they're 27mm more in diameter, so they do a lot more damage. So in a sort of a point-blank trading fight, it's not a good place to be. Anyway, we've managed not to slip out of the cap. Our concealment circle has come down, and for those of you who wonder what equipment I run on it, I do try and put the equipment loadouts in the comments or in the description of the video down below. But basically, I do run a concealment, a main turret traverse, and a steering gears. So I'm one of these people that looks out for agility and concealment. There are a few destroyers that don't have that, such as the Terrible, which is built for speed, not for stealth, because it has such excellent long-range guns. There's no point. But with the Akizuki, I do build it for stealth so that I can get into positions that I want and engage on my terms. And I try and engage at a distance and try and engage large targets, because basically there's yeah, well, that's the best way to survive. It's not really an anti-destroyer destroyer. It is very much a take on the battleship. Now we are down by one ship, so it's 2 ships to 1. There goes some nice torpedo spread from the enemy. But we're ahead on points because we have the cap and have held it since the start of the game and continue to rack points up. That very quickly becomes worth, you know, an extra ship, even an extra battleship or aircraft carrier. So you can be down several ships by the end of these sorts of games and still do okay. He's dodged my torpedoes because he's trying to dodge someone else's torpedoes. Or no, he's just sped up. I tag him once. I have my rapid reload. I fire it off, and let's give him a give him a shot. Now, the most efficient way to use that rapid reload is to fire a double shot, because what happens then is if you use a rapid reload, let's say halfway through the cycle, then you speed up the cycle, but then for the next launch of torpedoes you have to wait for the full almost a minute on this ship. Whereas if you fire both at once, it means that you're effectively going to get more torpedoes out during the course of the game. More spreads. Got some nice torpedo hits, bringing our score right up, and we're just hammering away with those guns. Now, I do find the Akizuki gets targeted quite a lot, so if you're in amongst a group and the group has other threatening, scary things in it, then sometimes you're left alone to basically just farm damage. So here's an enemy destroyer. I'm chopping the speed because basically I'm assuming he's fired his torpedoes. There goes torpedoes, and he's in. Yeah, well, ouch. Should have seen that coming. So we take two. He's on the steering gear. Fortunately, our heal has just come back, or our repair party has just come back. So, and our emergency response stopped any flooding. And that was the steering gear that was broken. Anyway, we've got a friendly ship in between me and the battleship, which will make me an even more difficult target. It is in North Carolina. He's probably got AP loaded and isn't interested in shooting at some destroyer at range to just get a couple of overpens, leaving me free to farm him for damage, getting some fires going. It's the subsequent fires that always do the work, and holding the cap for most of the game means that even though, well, actually we ended up on even numbers of ships, but well ahead, earning a battle star for this little Akizuki. It is a lovely little ship. The guns are absolutely a blast to play with. And yeah, we got 2 capture points, 3 ships destroyed, 72,000 damage out of a tiny little destroyer, 268 main battery hits. That's how you play the Akizuki. It is absolutely hilarious. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.